As the associate editor of Diabetes Forecast, I recently wrote an editorial about a time when I was having lunch and I decided to take my insulin injection, which I would normally do to cover my lunch, at the table. So I took out my pen, I assembled it, I reached up, I popped open a little piece of my shirt, and I popped my injection in and gave it, only to hear a woman at the next table shriek, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And she was obviously distressed and upset by that. And I looked at her, I said, "Well, I'm giving myself insulin." She goes, "Oh my God, that's disgusting. You should go somewhere else and do this." Now, it's tempting for me to get angry about something like that. It's tempting for me to say, mind your own business. I wasn't bothering you. But that's, to me, not the right response. And so what I chose to do with this woman was to say, let me explain to you why I'm doing this. And I'm sorry if it bothered you. I can see where it's a little shocking. I didn't realize that you could see it. But I have type 1 diabetes. I require insulin. If I don't take insulin, my glucose goes very high. And if my glucose goes very high, I could have really serious problems with my health. In fact, did you know that insulin is the leading cause of cardiovascular disease, blindness, lower extremity amputations, and erectile dysfunction in men my age? I want to avoid that, so that's why I choose to take my insulin at each meal. It's the appropriate thing to do. Now, why don't I go to the restroom? Well, maybe I'm funny that way, but I just don't like restrooms as a place to give myself injections. They're just not the cleanest rooms in the restaurant, so I try to do it under the table, but I really apologize if I offended you, but it's really necessary that I do this. And the fun part to me was she looked at me, she says, "I didn't understand. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me for having an outburst. I was just sort of shocked by it and didn't understand." And I think it's important for us to educate other people around us about diabetes and to make them understand that this isn't something we should be embarrassed of. It's not something that we should have to hide. It's not something that means that we're wrong or are inferior to other people. It means that our bodies have a metabolic defect. It means our bodies have something missing that we have to replace. Well, that's a pretty natural process, and I don't think we should ever feel like we have to hide in a closet or be embarrassed of a chronic condition which forms part of our lives.